Well, I'm back down at the beach with my dog Prana. It is a very windy, overcast day. Come on, Prana, let's go. Might get a bit of a sunset, but as you can see, it's pretty dismal down here. So I'll make this very quick post. You may not be able to hear me over the surf. Apologies for that. Thank you all for your comments yesterday. Very pleased it was able to help some of you, and thank you for your feedback. I always appreciate hearing from you. Just wanted today to talk a little bit about one of the problems of children's picture books that I see a lot from young writers or early, early writers in this phase is a mismatch between the age demographic of the story content and the challenge of the text. It's very, very important to try to get this right and spend a lot of time in the libraries reading books for very specific age groups. The rule of thumb, of course, is it gets more complicated and as the kids get older, but it does fall into bandwidth, even though children's reading abilities varies enormously. But the one area where you can actually have a lot more sophisticated language, while the ideas are simple, is in shared readers, so books for very young children. Because of course these are being read to the child by the parent or the grandparent or an older sibling, and therefore the stories can have obviously a lot more text on the page. The concepts need to be nice and simple, but you can have much more language and bigger words, because children's vocabulary comprehension of the spoken word is much greater than their reading comprehension. One other point to make, and this may not sit well with some people, is that there is a growing trend amongst young boys, sort of between the ages of 6 to 9. They're calling them reluctant readers, but they are falling behind. This is a worldwide trend, particularly in, we're seeing it in the UK, America, Australia and New Zealand, that young boys are falling behind in their reading skills. And one of the difficulties teachers have is they try to find a story which matches the skill sets, because you don't want a child to fail in class. You want them to have a positive reading experience. But it means they're being given books that are actually aimed at younger children and not at their age group. So while this sounds sort of gender specific and probably politically incorrect to say, boys in general don't want to read cute stories about little fluffy white bunny rabbits. They may prefer to read stories about dinosaurs and monsters and boy stuff. I'll be really honest about it. And if we're going to engage boys to reading, we need to give them stories that they're going to engage with, but at a reading level that is allows them to succeed. So there's a big gap in the market there. That's the one area where the sophistication of the text doesn't always align with the age group and the material. Anyway, that's my little thought for the day.